What's up everyone, I'm Dan, and thanks to 3D Clouds for the review code, I'll be looking at Formula Legends on the Nintendo Switch. Formula Legends arrives with an ambitious pitch, a love letter to the golden eras of open wheel racing, presented with charm, accessibility and just enough depth to attract both newcomers and veteran racing fans. Developed by 3D Clouds, the team behind Hot Wheels Monster Truck Stunt Mayhem, which is another one I reviewed on the channel, they have created something that blends the excitement of arcade fun with strategic layers of motorsport. On paper, it's the perfect crossover: historic cars, iconic circuits, dynamic weather, and fictional legends inspired by real racing heroes. But how well does it hold up on the Nintendo Switch? From the growling beast of the 1960s to today's sleek, hybrid-powered machines, the game offers 16 unique car models, each with 7 liveries, all designed with exaggerated, almost toy-like proportions. The circuits follow the same philosophy across 14 tracks, each one inspired by real-world racing venues. You'll see environments evolve as the decades roll forward. The 1960s versions have straw bales, minimal safety features, and sepia-toned filters, while later versions include modern curbing, barriers, and cleaner visuals. It's a neat trick and one that captures a sense of progression. The inclusion of fictional drivers adds a nice touch for racing fans, while their unique perks such as wet weather mastery or faster pit stops give each one a small strategic edge. In story mode, you relive era-defining championships, gradually unlocking cars, drivers and circuits. For players new to racing games, Formula Legends includes a helpful tutorial. As someone who doesn't live and breathe motorsport sims, I found it valuable. It explains the mechanics clearly, from slipstreaming to pit strategies, without overwhelming you. Once you're out on the track, the gameplay lands firmly in arcade territory, though it makes a respectable effort to layer in more serious racing elements. Dynamic weather plays a big role, rain changes grip levels, and while pit stops are simplified into a button press minigame, which I feel again adds a nice touch to the races, they still feel tense when you're chasing victory. Tyre wear, fuel use, and even mild damage management are all present, adding some strategic flavour without making races overly long or complicated. Visually, Formula Legends is a mixed bag on the Nintendo Switch. On one hand, the game's stylized cars and bright liveries pop nicely, and certain environments can look genuinely colourful and fun. The exaggerated aesthetic works well for handheld play, where details are less of an issue. There are also nice touches like environmental effects. Races in the rain, for example, look really dramatic. On the other hand, texture popping is a noticeable problem. You'll sometimes see trackside objects or details appear suddenly, which can be distracting mid-race. Some circuits look bare bones, as though they've been stripped of detail to run on the Switch's hardware, while others shine with vibrancy. Compared to other consoles, the Switch version clearly takes a hit, but it remains serviceable. A pleasant surprise is the inclusion of a photo mode, letting you pause the action and frame shots of your cars mid-drift or battling rivals. Combined with multiple camera views, it gives you flexibility to enjoy races from a different perspective. Sound fares better, the engines hum convincingly, the screeches are satisfying, and weather effects add immersion. It's not revolutionary, but it gets the job done. As much as Formula Legends nails its concept and charm, there is a handling problem that I've found. Cars often feel twitchy, making small steering adjustments can feel imprecise, and while modern cars are easier to manage, the older models are really frustrating at times. AI opponents can be inconsistent. Sometimes you'll breeze past them, other times you'll be left in the dust despite perfect laps. They also seem to corner with an advantage you don't have, making some races feel unfair. Collision physics add to the frustration, as contact often sends your car spinning at unnatural angles or awkwardly stuck to rivals. The inclusion of a reset button is helpful, but you'll often feel frustration nonetheless. Still, despite these frustrations, there's substance here. The progression system, unlocking cars, drivers and perks, offers satisfying rewards for your time. Each unlocked item feels like a small achievement, and story mode's era-based championships gives the game a structure beyond simple quick races. Formula Legends on the Nintendo Switch is a curious mix of charm, nostalgia, and unfortunately frustration. At its best, it's a delightful tour through racing history, packed with quirky drivers, stylized cars, and enough weather and pit strategy to make races feel meaningful. At its worst, it's a twitchy racer with inconsistent AI and visuals that swing from bland to beautiful. For Switch owners hungry for a unique racing experience, this is still worth a look, especially if you're more interested in motorsport history and arcade thrills. It's a colourful, affordable and endearing attempt to capture the magic of Formula Racing's golden years. Formula Legends is out now on the Nintendo eShop, priced at $17.99 in the UK and $19.99 in the US. Thanks to you all for watching, hope you enjoyed the review. Don't forget to hit that like button and I'll see you next time.